Hi, I'm Troy McGuinness and welcome back. In this series, I'm looking at the impact of AI on product engineering and software engineering specifically. Now, it's unlikely in this day and age that we're not going to take advantage of AI-driven engineering and development. Now, for some work in our backlog, which we've just never had resources for, but are very simple fixes, but we've never looked into, it makes sense that those pieces of work could be picked up by AI. A pull request could be created with a proposed solution for review by a human developer sometime in the coming months. That sort of work was always toil work and hygiene work that we never had time to allocate work towards. So that end of the spectrum is pretty easy. There's simple bug fixes which are very clear, have a really good test case, and they can be automated by AI in general. Now, there's the other end of the equation, which is work which requires a lot of design, a lot of thought, a lot of understanding of the customer and the approach in their workflow. And handing that off to AI without all of the information that your product owner has or with the benefit of working closely with customers would be fairly reckless. Now, in most of our work is going to be somewhere between those two continuums. And I think one of the factors that we've got to work on is to develop algorithms around understanding, given an issue description, which end of the spectrum it is. Is this easy work that's very testable and unlikely to introduce regressions into our software versus is this going to change the way a lot of current customers have to think and do their work and cause data migration, or it requires a lot of co-working with a human to understand the design and usability impacts. And I think that's where we're still developing the models around that. We know it in hindsight. Any of us who are developing using AI engineering tools know some bits of it go through flawlessly and some bits don't. And I think it's our job to train our models to understand when they shouldn't do something, not just when they should. So I've been sort of doing some research into that area and coming up with my sort of list of items which are definite categorizes for it's in the very can be automated or should not be automated realm. It gets gray and blurry in the middle. But if the goal is just to understand and get a lot of the bottom end of the backlog delivered, which otherwise wouldn't have been delivered or fixed at all, we can actually help our customers' lives immensely. So I think that's what you need to think about in rolling out AI in your engineering teams. You need to come up with a policy for what work you're going to allow to be almost AI automated, AI engineering and completely automated into a pull request, and those which are going to require a lot of human handholding and design, product requirement documents, and design and planning sessions with your AI tool before they even have a chance of getting it right. And you've got to work out for yourself what those factors are between those two. That's all for me at the moment. That's how I think AI is going to affect change. I'll see you next time.